As I told you before, Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi is under the full control of the Ukrainian armed forces.
Another liberation update from Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi. Yes, that Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi. The place Gerasimov has taken 3 times, liberated 5 times, and proudly reported 8 times. Ukrainian battalion commander Roman Kovalev sends yet another greeting to Gerasimov and his army, with Anton and Alexei right beside him.
So hello everyone from Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi. And to the main point, I'm wearing a hat today, just as I promised my mom. As I told you before, Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi is under the full control of the Ukrainian armed forces. We are now in its center. You see, it's quiet and peaceful. And once again, I'm without a bulletproof vest. Do you know what the real difference is between the Russian chief of general staff and a Ukrainian battalion commander? I'm not lying to you when I tell you that Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi is Ukrainian. I'm actually right here in it, but Gerasimov claims otherwise. But there's one paradox. Valery Vasilyevich, we have Cossacks here. What are your names, guys? Anton. Alexei. Anton Alexei. As you can clearly see, Valery Vasilyevich is wearing bulletproof vests and helmets and carrying weapons, but I am not.
I'm of the view that
Valery Vasilyevich, when Putin asks you today, why is another video from Russian Uzlovaya being filmed by a Ukrainian lieutenant colonel? Tell him that these are the peculiarities of hybrid warfare. Now, I would like to address the Russian soldiers and their mothers. Your Kremlin leadership in these bitter frosts drives your hungry, freezing subordinates, your own children, just to film a 5-second video, falsely claiming that Kupiansk-Vuzlovyi is Russian territory. Is it truly worth it? That's for you to decide. Glory to the AFU. Glory.
Straigunov Alexei Nikolaevich, 153rd Rifleman.
Private Anton Alexandrovich Kozlov, rifleman of the 153rd Regiment.
Ukraine retaliated for recent Russian strikes on its energy infrastructure by targeting facilities in Russia's Belgorod region. Footage from yesterday shows the moment a power substation was hit with an immediate blackout in the area. The strike underscores Kiev's warning that attacks on Ukrainian energy assets will be met with same responses. As Russia continues to target civilian power networks, Ukraine is increasingly extending the conflict's consequences across the border on infrastructure that supports Moscow's war effort. Ukraine's 425th Assault Regiment Skelya conducted large-scale training exercises focused on improving coordination within assault units. The drills emphasized synchronized action between motorized assault groups, armored vehicles operating alongside infantry, and strike and reconnaissance drones. Training was carried out using live ammunition under simulated combat conditions to mirror real battlefield scenarios as closely as possible. According to the regiment, the goal was to sharpen communication, timing, and mutual support between different elements during rapid offensive operations. Such exercises reflect Ukraine's continued adaptation to modern, drone-centric warfare and its focus on integrated combined arms tactics. Donald Trump says Putin kept his promise not to strike Ukraine's energy.
On Ukraine, Mr. President, yesterday you were talking about how Vladimir Putin had agreed to a pause during the cold weather. Overnight, those attacks have started up again.
I know. It was Sunday. It was Sunday to Sunday, and it opened up, and he hit him hard last night. No, he agreed. He kept his word on that. It's a lot. 1 week is. We'll take anything because it's really, really cold over there. But
the consequences of Russia's latest strike on Kyiv are visible across the city. A high-rise residential building was set on fire, with flames spreading through multiple floors after the attack. Emergency services rushed to the scene as residents were evacuated from the burning building. The strike once again targeted civilian areas, underlining the continued threat to non-combatants as Russian forces persist in launching attacks on Ukraine's capital. Germany has detained 2 foreign nationals accused of attempting to sabotage new corvettes being built for the country's navy. Politico reported on this. According to the Hamburg prosecutor's office, the suspects are a 37-year-old Romanian citizen and a 54-year-old Greek citizen who worked at the Blom plus Voss shipyard. The men were detained in Hamburg and in a town in Greece on warrants issued by the German prosecutor's office. Law enforcement officers also searched the suspects' homes in Hamburg, Romania, and Greece. The German Federal Prosecutor's Office suspects the men of performing acts of sabotage on several corvettes under construction for the Navy at the shipyard in 2025. Investigators allege they poured more than 20 kilograms of sandblasting material into the engines. They are also accused of other acts, including damaging freshwater pipes. The suspects are further alleged to have removed fuel tank caps and disabled safety switches in the ship's electronic systems. According to prosecutors, these actions could have caused significant damage to the corvettes, or at least delayed their delivery to the Navy, thereby posing a risk to Germany's security. The sabotage was discovered only during an inspection aboard the corvette F-266 Emden ahead of its first departure in mid-January last year. Investigators are also seeking to determine who may have ordered the acts. The Emden corvette was launched in early May 2023 at the Blom plus Voss shipyard, after which outfitting and trials continued. The vessel is one of 5 new Braunschweig-class K-130 corvettes ordered by the German Navy in 2017 under a contract worth about €2 billion. The main armament of the corvette, F-266 Emden, consists of a 76mm OTO Malara gun and RBS-15 anti-ship missiles. Attention, Germany! Russian propagandist Soloviev threatens Berlin. We won't need to enter Berlin. We'll just have to drive in after the radioactive dust settles.
The problem is that our interpretation of the outcomes of the Second World War is based in particular on the immutable decisions of the Nuremberg Tribunal. And this European Nazi scum will share the same fate as their grandfathers and great-grandfathers.
This time, however, our retaliation will be much more severe, delivered from a distance. There will be no need for us to march into Berlin. We'll simply drive right in once the radioactive dust has finally settled.
Russia's oil and gas revenues halved in January compared to the same month of last year, reaching their lowest level since July 2020, Reuters reports. Revenues totaled 393.3 billion rubles, about $5.10 billion, in January, significantly lower both compared with the same period last year and with December, when revenues reached 447.8 billion rubles. The main reasons for the decline were falling global oil prices and a stronger ruble. Oil and gas revenues remain a key source of funding for Russia's federal budget, accounting for nearly a quarter of total income. At the same time, the budget is under significant pressure due to high defense and security spending following the launch of the full-scale war against Ukraine in February 2022. By the end of 2025, Russia's budget deficit stood at 5.6 trillion rubles, approximately $71.8 billion, or 2.6% of GDP. In 2026, Russian authorities expect to receive 8.92 trillion rubles, approximately $114.4 billion, from oil and gas sales, while total federal budget revenues are projected at 40.283 trillion rubles, roughly $516 billion. Meanwhile, in 2025, oil and gas revenues had already fallen by 24% to 8.48 trillion rubles, approximately $108.7 billion. Also the lowest level since 2020.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.